in this ministry network. Swap, I'm happy to give my story again, and I know and I believe it will encourage someone somewhere because I know what God has done. So to introduce myself, my name is Phyllis Wakudi Munene, born again Christian, and I love Lord as my personal savior. So I'm glad to be here. So as I have said, my names, I love Christ. I've seen him in all ways. It is through him that I am able to be where I am or to be how I am today. It is not my own. It is not my own effort. It is him. So to start off, without many ado, I just want to give my testimony of what God has done. So I was brought up like any other child in up country, in a place called Kirinyaga, in Kirinyaga County, in those sides of Mount Kenya. So I grew up. I went to school, primary school. Then I went to secondary school, and then thereafter I went to a college. I came to Nairobi, and I was hosted by a sister to my dad called Stella Wamuni Museti, and she took me to a college. It is a secretarial college. So I undertook a secretarial course in certificate for about 1.5 years. So thereafter, I got some job. First, I worked with a firm that was doing some printing work, and thereafter, I got a job. The current job now I am in, I am a secretary to a law firm in town, in Nairobi town. So going back to my story, after some time, after my college, after getting employed, I got married to a lovely husband by the name, he's now the late Daniel Munene. So after staying for some time, I was blessed with a son, and his name is Avesta Munene Muremi. So the marriage was good. Like I enjoyed the marriage life, but after some time, after staying at around 5 years, my husband got sick. He got sick like almost 1 year. He struggled. He was in and on hospital, and then later, by God doing all, that's what you can say, because it all happens for the will of God. God took him away, and that time it was 2004, and that's the time I've never felt something so devastating like that. It was so, I was so low, I was so down, I cried, because a husband is like, it's even more, a husband is more even than your parents, or you cannot compare, because it's the person you have stayed with, the closest friend, the one you confide in. So it was so hard even to believe it. It was very difficult. But I had no choice. I just encouraged myself in the Lord, because I knew God says there is nothing that comes without His plan. But it was hard to accept that situation. We buried him, and thereafter the life was not the same again, because when you are used to stay with someone, when you are used to share difficulty, you share problems, you share things, and now here you are here alone. You are left with a kid to take care of, and that kid was used to the dad, and sometimes he was asking me, Mom, where is my dad? So I was just holding my tears, but I just told him he went with the Lord. But I was telling him one day we shall meet him. So he was young, in fact he was young, but he had to ask those questions. And then life started. I started the life of a single lady or single mother. But because I knew the Lord, and I know what God, the word of God says, that I will never leave you, I will never forsake you. I held on to those words. I held on to Jesus Christ, because He is the one who encourages us. So, but it was even very hard to mix with other people, like in the church. It was difficult. You are called a window when you are seen with someone or with a friend, a male friend. They always suspect you. But so it was. Sometimes you find yourself staying alone to avoid all those thoughts of other women who and husbands. So you had to avoid them. But I said I will just hold on to God, and God did not leave me, and that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm here, even to encourage the women who have gone through the same situation, who have lost their husband. I can tell them that is not the end of the life. To lose a husband is not the end of life, because if it were not so, I could not be here. I could not be here to tell my story. So I just want to tell someone there, a woman there, who has gone, who has faced the same situation, to encourage herself. I know God comes, and I've seen Him coming. He saw us through. He helped me take care of my son, even the school fees, everything. Because, sorry, I can say, so far, God is my Ebenezer, because He has finished school. He has some job somewhere, and I thank God. So, going back to about widow life, so there is another thing that happened that did not stop there. So I had to face something else. In year 2017, I had some swelling in my cheek, in my right cheek. So there is something that was growing, but though I did not take it seriously. I went on. Sometimes I could go. The whole of that year, I did not take it seriously. I just stayed like that, and I say, this one will go. But after some times, it was on and off. After going to hospital, taking some medicines, it could go down. But after staying sometimes, it could start swelling again. That I went like that. But one time last year, but one, as we end in December 2021, as we were celebrating Christmas, there is a meeting we normally have in our country, family gathering. So there's someone who is a doctor, and he saw me and he asked me, what is happening to your cheek? What is the problem? And I told him these things. I don't think there is anything wrong. It just come and go. But he told me, no, you need to be checked. You should not just ignore, because some sign you don't know what it is. So, and he said, I need you to come after the holidays festivities. I need you to come where I work and we take some scan. So in January, I did that. I went and I was CT scan was taken, and after taking it, he told me after checking the results, he told me you leave bed with us. I will check with my colleagues. Then in the evening, he called me and he said they have checked and said they have decided that I do some other test, further test, test of another test of further test so that they can know what it is. So I was sent to another clinic in Machakos, and I went there on a Saturday where he was that day because he keeps on changing hospitals. So I went there and they took some tests here, they took some meat or something, and then they did some tests. We stayed there, then he told me to go back because the next time we shall let you know the result. I went back to my house. And then I stayed like that. Then after 1 month, he came, he called me. I remember that day. I was coming from job. I was in a matatu, these vehicles that carry us back to our houses. And he called me and said that after 1 month now, the results are out. And he told me, you know, the results are out. They are not good. They are not good and they are not bad. So I asked him, what do you mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. They are not good and they are not bad. So I told him, because it's a matatu full of people, I told him, let's talk when I reach home. So after reaching home, that thing disturbed me because I didn't know what he meant by that. So after setting myself, staying in the house, and then I boiled some food, then I saw a message. He said that swearing, it is cancerous. And then by there, I don't know what to explain how I felt. I felt now everything has come to an end. That is the end of my life, because as we all know about cancer, many people have gone, many people have died, many people have gone through hell, they have gone through financial strain because of that treatment, and even some doesn't make it. So that's where I was. I started crying. Even the food I had prepared, they put in my table to eat, I couldn't eat. I just started crying. But he called me and told me, don't worry, this one, it is treatable. I told myself, he's just trying to encourage me. He's just trying to encourage me so that I will not get worried. But he told me, don't worry, it will be treated. So I just say no. Even that night, I didn't sleep. I could not call anybody. I was just alone in the house. My son, by that time, he was working outside in Nairobi. He was in somewhere called Matu. So I was just alone in the house. And that night, I did not sleep. I did not sleep. The following day, I slept crying, asking God, why me? Why has this happened? What have I done? You know, we ask ourselves so many questions. And we normally forget God, there's nothing that comes behind God. He knows whatever happens in our life. So, but by that time, you try to encourage yourself. You find yourself, no one can encourage you. Like David, people tried to encourage me, but he was not, no one could be able to encourage him, but he encouraged himself in the Lord. So the following day, he called me and told me, now you need to go to the hospital to tell you I've booked him. He has someone there he knows, so I go there and take further tests so that they will know the stage and how the treatment will be done. Because you have to know the stage of the cancer, because it's also some stages. So I prepared myself. I told my employer what has happened, because I know otherwise I can't go to tell her, because I needed permission to start, to go to the clinic. And I told her, and she also encouraged me. She told me, don't worry. Even my mom, because her mom, there was a time she had throat cancer, and she's still surviving. She's 12 there, and she is still there. So she encouraged me. She told me, yeah, finish with better go and see how it will be, the treatment will be for that. So I went to KU. I was told you have to take a PET scan. PET scan is where you are scan the whole body, so that you are they may know how the disease has spread. So I went to, I took that scan, and then I waited like a month. So I went back to get the results, and after going, I was told it has not spread so much, so it is in stage 1. So I didn't know about stage 1, about stage 2 or 3. But what I knew is I am suffering from cancer, a killer disease, a monster disease, the disease which everyone needs to hear about. So after seeing the doctor told me, how come, did you come alone? I said, yes, I just came alone. I know I have God with me. I was just trying to encourage myself, because I was asking myself, if I come with someone, what will that someone do? So I said, I will not disturb people. People are busy. Let me do it alone. So I was told, now you start the process of chemotherapy, that the treatment. It was to be done. It is called 2 cycles. So I started. It took some time. It is a process, and then I started those treatments around from February. That's where I started. After every 3 weeks, I was going there after every 3 weeks, and it is a very difficult treatment, a very painful one. Those treatments, they are very powerful. You feel you don't want, you are strength. You don't have strength even to do anything, even to walk. Sometimes I was not able to walk. I was not able even to stand on my own, coughing, vomiting, all that. That is what I went through. This is hard. God help me. Give me the strength to go through this kind of treatment. So, and then in my church, there's a church I attend. I have a pastor who has faith, and he always encourages us that there is nothing that is hard. Even after telling him about the disease, that's cancer, he said, Spirit, don't worry. That is takataka to God. Means that is rubbish. He just said that is rubbish. Now I was asking myself, how is he saying that? And I'm the one who has the feeling. But he said, don't worry. We shall pray. We shall start prayer therapy. And he said, every Sunday, even if you'll be attending training, we shall continue praying. I will not tell you not to be treated. You'll be treated, but we are going to continue with prayer. So every Sunday, pray for me. Every Sunday, it will pray for me. Even I did not disclose to church members what I'm suffering from. They were just asking because they could see how I am walking, how I've gone down because I could not even stand in the church when people are singing. I could not stand. I was drained of all the strength. So I had to, but I didn't, I was not able to tell them. But as we go by, one Sunday, we say, now this is too much. We have to call this disease by its name. And that day after the preaching, he called an altar call, he called those who are want to be prayed for, and I take them out. And he prayed and he said, please, he said, and call that disease by its name. And by so doing, I just fell down, and I don't know what happened next. So after that, people are asking, cancer. Now after the chemotherapy, I went again to take some more. After some time, you have to take some more tests. So I was taking some CT scan test, and then after the result, I was told you have to go for radiotherapy. Radiotherapy is where you are put in a machine. You have go through that machine. And then for 20 days, every day, I was to go to that KU every day, as if I was going to work. That one was now very tiring. But I think, what do I do? I had no choice but to do it. So I went through that last year from July 28th to August 24th. Right now, I was just about to finish up. So after all that process, I later was told to go for, in November, I was told to go after 3 months. In November, I went and took another PET scan so that they can find out whether now the cancer cells are dying. So I went, I took a PET scan, and then the following day I went for the result. I went and was given, after presenting the results to the doctor, even after sending the scan to the doctor, which started with me, he said it seems the medicine have reacted. And then he said, what do you mean? I asked him, I said, what do you mean? What do you mean they are reacting? Do you mean now I'm healed? He said, yes. Me, I don't know what I can explain. I just knelt down where I was. I was just outside there at KU with other people. And I think people are asking, what is wrong with this woman? What has happened? I cried, I prayed, I said, thank you, Lord. You have done it. You have done it. You have done it. I will never cease to praise you. I will never cease to thank you.
Will you be the next woman to tell your story? Be blessed.